One of the most powerful and important skills that I could ever teach somebody is active listening. It's the ability to not just be present and part of a conversation, but create a space where the participant that you're engaged with is drawn into the conversation, that they feel a part of the conversation. Listen, the fact of the matter is it doesn't matter what I say. What matters is what you hear. And it's difficult to express that here on a video like this. But in the real world, it's not about how much I have to offer to the conversation. It's about how I can draw out the other party's dialogue, about their words, about their feelings and thinkings and their experience. This is called active listening. One of the ways you can do this is to find a way to get into their mind. Now, I'm not talking about manipulation and trickery and influence and that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about, dude, get off your own page and start to listen to theirs. Get out of your own head. It's not just about what you have to say in a conversation. It's about who you're listening to and what they're trying to say to you. Too often, we find ourselves engaged in a conversation. There's a dialogue. There's two people exchanging words and ideas in conversation, but we're not connecting with each other. We're not finding understanding. And one of the ways to practice active listening is to allow the person you're engaging with to kind of replay back to you what it is they heard you say, so that you can understand if they've got your meaning. You can recognize, you can measure and assess, have you been well heard? It's not about control. It's not about influencing and manipulating. It's about common ground and understanding. And the simplest way I know how to do this is use the phrase, "What did you hear me say?" So when I speak to my kids, when I engage with each one, which I do differently because each child has a different personality and a persona and a skill set and a communication style that they prefer. The point here is, when I ask them, "So what did you hear me say?" I create an opportunity. I open a door or a window for them to use their own words and their own understanding, to step into their own emotion, their own feeling and experience, and communicate back with me what it is that we're talking about. This helps me get closer to my child, to what they understand, what they are experiencing, what they are feeling, so that I can understand their world. And when I do this, I'm better positioned to close the gap between us and create better understanding. Sometimes I have to use the reverse of this tool. It's called, "What did you hear me say?" Because we will find ourselves communicating, and I've been trying to communicate or instruct or guide or encourage. And the fact of the matter is, sometimes words get lost. We use words that people don't understand, or they misinterpret, or it's the wrong word at the wrong time. Just the energy and state, it's just not well timed. So people misunderstand. My kids misunderstand me. I misunderstand my kids. Dude, it's real. It happens. But what do we do when it happens? And the simplest tool I can offer to you is this one, to say, "What did you hear me say?" And give them an opportunity to repeat back to you what they heard you say, but in their own words. And very quickly, you'll be able to understand if they've grasped the meaning that you're trying to convey. Listen, it's not about manipulation and control and influence and messing with kids' brains. It's about getting connection, understanding, and common ground so that you and your child can have a healthy, functional relationship. Because, dude, you can be a great dad.